Shrewsbury Castle. Make a picture of the whole thing here.
Where are you from then?
Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Kentucky has a lot of coal.
Do they?
Coal mines.
Yeah. All right. Don't they?
Yeah.
This is the hardware store across from the path where I'm going to go up to Montgomery Castle. There's everything in this store you could possibly ever want in the way of hardware. They fixed my watch in here. They put a battery in for me. Very nice people. It's a very steep path going up to Montgomery Castle. These castles were on hills, very inaccessible for anybody that would want to harm them. Actually, this is the easier path up. The other one, they say, is more of a climb. Okay, I've climbed up here, up this very narrow little path. And so, I'll go explore. Here's the castle. See, they've got a bridge, a plaque up there to tell me about it. It was heavily fortified. It was on the Welsh border with England. And it was built here to protect England from the Welsh. There was always fighting between the two groups of people. And this was put here for that purpose. Roger de Montgomery is the one that originated here. Probably had it built. He is the same Roger de Montgomery that built Arundel Castle down in the south part of England, southeast, probably Norfolk, or close to Norfolk. He would be also Roger Arundel. And Edneth, the staller that the Stallings has come through, his son Harding had a son named Edneth Fitzharding, who was Harding's son. He would have been the grandson of Edneth the staller. He married Risa de Montgomery. Risa de Montgomery Berkeley is what she was known as. So. This pathway around the castle, it's possible there would have been a moat here. It is on a very steep hill also, however. So I don't know. I don't know if there would have been a moat or not. When I read the plaque, I'll know more about it. Here are these little rocks that stick out here. Usually they're used as stepping stones, but you wouldn't have thought that they would want to provide any stepping stones for anybody who would want to scale this wall. But they stick out there and they could be used. Of course, I guess if they were doing that, there'd be people up above who were keeping them from it, so maybe these were used for the people if they needed to get in. I don't know. Walking around behind the back of it before I go up into the open part up there. You can tell where these rocks are opened up here. You can tell that there used to be some kind of a finish on the wall that has broken loose at the places where these rocks are jutting out. Big rocks here on the foundation. You can tell that it's a very strong fort. We're going around. See what's around the corner. Around the tower here. There's another tower. And more on the wall. Either that's some kind of a niche, or it's a place where the wall is just broken loose. And it goes on. Another tower. Might have been a drain of some kind. Let the water seep out from around the rocks. Okay, going in the gate, and we're inside here. I don't know if this is the courtyard or some such thing, probably. There's a little hill right here. I wonder what that would have been. I'll go back and finish going around. Here's another niche. Don't know what that is. Doesn't go all the way. Only goes a portion of the way back in. Could be a drain. There's one down here. There's one over here. This doesn't look like a drain though. This looks like a niche of some kind. They may have put something here. Maybe some kind of identification or something. Oh my, this was a big castle. Another niche up there. I guess part of the castle was down here too. These ruins here must have been something. Looks like maybe you could walk up there. So they'd be closer up to those niches if you were walking up there. Down here, this would have been something else. So the fortification of it. This is fall. There are beautiful flowers around. Some kind of vine here that was growing up the path. It grows everywhere here. It's all over everything, and you don't want to touch it. It will make you itch. It's not exactly poison ivy. I don't think. It itches for the time being. I hope I don't itch tonight. It may be poison ivy, come to think of it after looking at it. It looks like poison ivy. Different kind. I hope I don't have poison ivy. Oh, I tell you what they are. They're blackberry vines. There they are, blackberries. There were some of these down at Cornwall, too. I tasted one that was black. It looked like it was ripe, but it was kind of sour. But the man down there found one for me that was ripe, and it was good. So these are blackberries. The vines look a little different. They will make you itch if you touch them. Okay, back around. I'm going to go around this path. I may have to turn back, I don't know, but I'll go as far as I can. See what's around the corner. Okay, well, here's more of the fort, more of the castle. This is called a castle. Montgomery Castle. This would have been a total wilderness at the time that people were living here. It would have been a wild place with a lot of enemies around. This was after the time of William the Conqueror, when he was trying to solidify his empire. The Welsh had their own empire going. The sun is right directly where I want to take a picture. Right there. What is that? Is that a door? If that's a door, then people must have been up on that level instead of down here on this level. As I said, it looks like there's a walkway up there, so I guess I've lost it. There it is. Certainly looks like a doorway. It's filled with rock, though. All of this is in ruins. You can't know what it was really like when they were actually living here. Someone's put this bench up here. Apparently it's a good place to sit and look out at things. They say there's a beautiful view looking down. After I get through looking up, maybe I'll look down and see the view. They say the sunset's really pretty, but I don't plan on being here for the sunset. I'm going to follow this path a little bit more and see if I could go all the way around. I don't know if that's possible. Maybe so. Looks like there's a pretty view down here. Okay, well here's rock. I don't know if this had anything to do with the castle or not, but probably did. Or it may be an indication of the rock that was around that they could have used. We've taken a massive amount of rock for the castle. Let's see what kind of view we have through these trees. There's a path down. Apparently people come up here. The paths are worn a little bit. Oh, Battle of Montgomery. Well, I didn't know there was a Battle of Montgomery. 1644. Now the time I was talking about Roger de Montgomery was back during William the Conqueror's time. That was 1066. This battle is a different battle. I'll read about it and see what it was. But my people were all leaving in the 1600s and coming to America. So this probably doesn't involve any of our people. But look at this view. Our people would have been living here in the 1000s, and 11s and 12s and so on. This is what the countryside around here looks like. It's farming land with a lot of cows and sheep and horses and hay. After all of the knights and all of those people, the people became farmers, I guess. So they have beautiful farms here. This Battle of Montgomery had to do with the Civil War during the time of Charles I, when the Catholic forces and the Protestant forces were fighting, and Charles was beheaded. It was erected by the Cromwell Association, 1995. And so this battle took place during that time and had to do with all that Civil War fighting. This plaque is typical of this area here. Things are in English, and then it's in Welsh too. and you hear people talking, and they're speaking, I assume it's Welsh, and then they'll just change into English. So we're in Wales here. Wales. The battle took place, they've got the map there to show that it took place down here. And they have the map all drawn of how it took place and all that. Here, those are sheep down there. This is as close as I can get them in. They're down there in that field. Going on around the castle, got some beautiful flowers. Well, I don't know, I guess they're weeds, but they're all bloomed out white. They are kind of like milkweeds, and they've burst open. Here's the castle over here. This is a beautiful day. This is September the 17th, and it's been a little cool, but they're going to have some warmer days here at the end of the week. And it really feels nice and comfortable today. It's a good time to be out. Haven't had any rain to speak of along my trip. Started September the 3rd. It's been really nice weather, so September's a good time to be searching out for old castles and stuff. There goes a squirrel. We're around on the other side of the castle now. There's another one of those. I don't think they're doors, I think they're niches. I imagine they had something there, statues or something of that nature. Now up there, that slit, those are windows. Of course they were made slits like that so that it was easy to shoot out of but hard to shoot into. They're like the forts in Kentucky where they've got those slits. You can tell it's tearing down. I don't know what tore it down, unless it's just time. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe there was some fighting that took place. Or something. plants grow in these little niches where there's bound to be a little bit of dirt for a little bit of something to grow. Oh, around on this side. Now that must have been a gate, a door up there. You can see through it. So maybe these, I don't know, maybe some of them were doors. And somehow they got filled in. Coal mines. Kentucky has coal mines. There are coal mines in Wales, aren't there? I don't know if I can get through here or not, but I'm going to try. You can see how steep this is. It goes straight down. Somebody's put a fence up around it long ago. Well, this looks like it might have been a moat. It seems to go around. Maybe it was a pond, water of some sort. Here's another gate. It would have gone into the castle. I don't know if I can get around this way or not, really. I'll see. There's something. Now this looks deeper here. I've got a suspicion there was water in this. To keep somebody from getting up to the castle. This particular area here. Looks like that might have closed it off. Maybe this was kind of a dam on either side to keep the water in. Or maybe it was their water supply. Who knows? I do think you can get through up here and get up to this bridge. I don't think that gazebo up there has anything to do with this castle or the time of this castle. I think it's there for people to enjoy looking out over the view. Modern day people. Here's some kind of a field or courtyard maybe. There's some people. climbing up this little hill here. This is not as bad as the other hills. Oh, here are those sheep that you hear. There's wood there. This is good sheep country, I would imagine. They seem to be very happy, contented sheep. Got lots of green grass. And the cows and the horses. This castle is certainly more intact than Castle Keary. There was nothing left of Castle Keary. And Richard's Castle, this one has more to actually look at than it did. Sure, it was quite elaborate when it was actually functioning. And I assume people were living here, mothers and children and families with their daily lives. There's the gazebo there. The people are sitting in it, looking out over the view. Oh, there is a magnificent view out there. Just see. Okay, here's the plaque. Enemy at the gate. Yeah, these people were prepared. They expected enemies to be at the gate.
We know where it is. So I've been here before with my uncle. Everyone's been here before. So Shrewsbury. Excuse me.
I can show you where it's out of bounds and where it can go.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Okay, here's the bridge going across. So they talk about the two ditches on either side. Here's this one on this side. And then this one where it looks like there would have been water. There's a ditch on this side. So they would have had to go across water here. The other sides had cliffs and valleys along them. Ooh. Another bridge up here. This looks like a room. This would be the doorway. We'll go through it. And then it looks like some of the rock is failing over here. Or not. Maybe it's made this way. Oh yeah, there's a pit of some sort here. You wonder what that might have been. Maybe a well or something. Maybe a toilet. I don't know how you would get there though. Could have been something built up on top though. There's that courtyard again. Here's another plaque. Key to the kingdom. Let's see what this says. Here's the valley that they're talking about. Severn River over here on the left.
Right over there. Yeah.
This is that courtyard that we saw before over there on the other side where the path is. Getting up toward the highest towers here. We'll see what's left. Up this way. Okay. It's very substantial something. Very meant for business. There's a gate. If you could get through it, you'd have to be up there some way. This little niche here, I don't know. Doesn't have a way up or anything. Maybe this was the guards' room. If you got this close, you probably encountered the big guards. Another niche. Right over here. Looks like a seat of some sort. Altar, something, who knows? Cold Caller, a medieval mystery. I'll read about it. There's a door over there. If you could get over there, some kind of a room there. I guess you could step up on this right here, but I'm not going to try that. And so we go out through here. Apparently there was a a drawbridge here and a room over it, the ammunition room, where William knocked the rock off and hit the lady on the head. Or he said he did. This must be the upper courtyard here. Ooh, we're up high. I think maybe this is where the people live. They'd be safest up here. Oh. Well, this little round semicircular place here. Must be a hole here. They've got it covered over. Maybe a well or something. Okay, here's another plaque. These are interesting little things. Hubert's inner strength. Let's see what it's. So it is the well. And the other rooms, houses for the king and his family, I assume. I wonder what this is. These rocks are in a circular pattern. Go around. Spectacular view. Some sort of a structure here. It's got a hole. I guess it's to let the water drain through in case of heavy rain and water accumulated. What's the door here? this side of the, I walked along that path. You can see how hard it would be for anyone to get up here. This looks like a room here. Way over there, you can still see fields. Here's the river. This is the River Severn. It's kind of an opening where the Welsh could get through. There's a little trench. Probably held water. Maybe for bathing. I don't know. There seems to be a little door here. Maybe this is how the water got in. Huh. And over here, maybe it's the little plaza, the little patio. I'll go through the doorway, the gateway, and see what we find. Oh, here's the slit from the other side. You can see, you could shoot through, but it'd be hard for someone to shoot in. So this was probably a guard room here. Guarding the king. This was the most impregnable part of the castle here. This was the last ditch stand here. You can see how thick these walls are. And the drawbridge would be here. Guards would be waiting for you. Another structure over here. I don't know, could have been for ammunition, could have been for storing vegetables, food, or something. There's a big rock pile. I don't know if this was rock that they didn't get around to using or whether this is part of the fence. Looks like there's a grave there. Or maybe it's just a rock. I'll go over and look at it. This is on the side here where the castle is. This is Montgomery, Wales, where Montgomery Castle is. Right down there is the hardware store. We do have a line of connection to Wales, except for the Montgomerys, and that is Peter. The Peter family that was around Mackville, where there's Peter Cemetery. One of the Peter girls married a shoemaker. And then our shoemaker, John, who was the father of Miranda, ended up in the battle area there. They all go back to this Peter woman who married the shoemaker. This is September. Very beautiful flowers. Really good weather. A little fallish.